So the rest of the stuff that we have to do in this unit is talking about making inferences from data. All right, looking at things and saying, okay, this fits what I would think it should fit, or this fits what it should fit, or this doesn't fit what it should fit. All right, and that really boils down to these confidence intervals. Now, these are something that I'm not a huge fan of because these are something that was just kind of decided upon. All right, it kind of comes from the normal curve, but it's one of these things that it's not something that I really I understand it, but it's very difficult to explain exactly what's going on. All right. So when we study things, we cannot study entire populations. If I want to study, the average height of people in the world, I cannot go to every single person in the world and get their height for my study. So I'm going to take a sample of that and I am going to study that sample and then project it to the population. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make inferences about how confident I am that things fall in. I'm going to have a margin of error and be like, well, I could be off by this much. Those are the things that I'm not as interested in when I'm personally looking at stuff, because when I'm doing math, because these are things that don't really like exist. They're things that have been decided upon, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of things like this. All right, so all this stuff is going to do is teach us how, if we study a smaller sample of a larger population, how can we say, okay, our data is good or our data doesn't work? All right, so what are we looking at for things like that? That's what we're talking about here. And we'll start with margin of error and confidence intervals. All right, that's what this is gonna look at.